year of the American Series. A little bit late. We've had some technical difficulties both yesterday and today, unfortunately. But I am joined by both Bodhod and Kano J. Loft. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I have, quite frankly, never been better. Love watching races at Monza. Definitely the least technical circuit, I think, on the schedule, if I do say so myself. But it is the factory of speed. We're probably going to see a bunch of guys hitting 210 plus multiple times over the course of their qualifying laps. Checking in here, obviously a little late, getting everything set up. Nicholas is preliminarily on pole right here with 4 minutes to go with a 1:18.441. A very strong lap time from Nicholas, who hasn't had the first two rounds I think he was expecting. AA, our winner in the first two rounds, he is in P2 right now. Fenrique in P3, KD in P4, and Swarner, who has finished fourth and second in his first two races, doing a pretty solid job in P5. Looking around here, want to give a shout out to COS Wizard. Kano, can you turn your TV down a little bit?
Sorry. I'm trying to get this in. So
mic check.
My apologies.
But yeah, COS Wizard has joined us. He's in the McLaren with an American-themed helmet. Glad that he has more pride in America than I do, coming over from the UK. But yeah, right now, we're just here. We're hanging out. Chat, get going. I think we got 12 of you already in here. Bodhod, can you give us a synopsis of the first 14 minutes of Solar qualifying?
Indeed. Hello everyone from Australia as well. Yeah, I guess the big talking point for this week is who can topple AA. He's been the pace setter for the first two rounds of this season. At the moment it looks like he's found a match in Nicholas around Monza, which, as Kitten said, is probably one of the most straightforward tracks theoretically, but also probably one of the most challenging just with the speed they carry through the corners, and the chicanes and track limits are quite strict, and little mistakes can turn into big costly time losses. So it's definitely a challenge, and it'll be up to these guys to keep it on the track. But yeah, it's good to see a bit of a battle up the front after we've had a bit of a runaway winner the first two rounds. So I guess the big talking point is AA going to make it 3 in a row? Doesn't look like it's going to be as easy.
Sorry to interrupt, guys. Fenrique's coming around to finish off his lap. We got a tow from Nicholas, so obviously Nicholas is going to get that tow towards the start of the line. So they've got something worked out here between the two Red Bulls today.
Yeah, the two Mercedes are doing it as well before.
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what Nicholas and Fenrique, what language they're speaking. But they have seemed to figure this out. We've seen some wheel banging from those two in the first couple of races. Didn't know what kind of communication they had. But it seems like they are in lockstep here today as Nicholas is starting his flyer. Should mention that it is going to be a full intra-race. We are hearing from the pit lane. Karun Chandok down there telling us the forecast for tomorrow. It is going to be a full wet race. So, going to be interesting. These guys are not on, I would assume, an actual dry setup. These guys are probably on wet setups, higher wings, different suspension settings. So I'm not sure what the pace is going to look like in the race, but a wet start at Monza.
Oh, Nicholas.
Ooh, where was that? Was that
purple? Yeah, he was purple sector 2, and as he came through Ascari on the inside curb on the exit, just cut it a little bit too much and invalidated his lap. So he'll be coming in the pits, or is
I think AA has also invalidated his time as well here as we're trying to go across.
He has, yeah.
So Nicholas is still in pole right now with no competition from the championship leader AA at the moment.
No, one person. Oh,
yeah, and Swarner has invalidated.
Yeah, but considering last week KD struggled, this is it's not over yet, but Oh, I guess it is over now because qualifying is over. So he's on a lap right now, but to start with,
I'm not sure.
He's not far off.
No, he had a really promising showing. He had a really promising showing at Interlagos, but I think he only has 2 points so far down the grid in terms of points. So I don't think he's definitely capable of more. Everybody's invalidating.
Arbar's not. Arbar is coming into the last sector.
I'm on Arbar right now, but Ascari is a true difficult a pain in the you-know-what. As Perry has left, and Arbar jumps KD, P4, good job. Bean has invalidated going into Parabolica. I think next is COS Wizard from Eagle, filling in right now. Looks like a pretty solid lap for Wizard. And he invalidates in Parabolica.
Oh my god, yeah, everyone just getting unlucky today, so this track, you know what, this track is definitely known for its severe corner cutting, even on strict. It is a little bit iffy.
Everything is, yeah. We pretty much just hit on all of the invalidated laps here in 5 minutes, so pretty strong. Hopefully these guys don't do it too much in race trim, although it might be pretty difficult in the wet. So everybody, you can see on your screens right now the 1 through 18 here tonight. Hit us up with your predictions. I'm sure, I think Alp is actually leading the championship that I keep in my head for who has the most successful predictions.
Probably. He seems like the right guy to have it.
Oh,
wait.
Does that say
Arbar? Yeah.
Nah, that's a glitch. Oh, five spots.
It's not a glitch.
That is 5. Okay, so I guess Arbar at some point must have. I bet it was into pit road. He was probably hitting pit lane, and I guess he might have made contact with someone from behind. It's the only thing I can really think of, unless there was something that actually went on in the first 12 or so minutes.
I can only see a penalty plus a warning on his first lap.
Yeah, not sure how that is. I mean, typical Codemasters fashion.
Hold on.
A bit. Is he
wait, maybe I got it here. I'm trying to hurry. I don't think I'm gonna get it in time. I don't see it. Yeah, I looked at incidents just on its own. I didn't see anything pop up, so that's weird. It just says a penalty and a warning. That's all he got. To be determined after the race. Oh, it is raining.
It is raining. I think this is going to be raining the entire way through.
You know what? This is what we've wanted, Kitten, from the start of the season. This is a race where it's going to be the true testament to AA. Because he has Fenrique behind him, who's very quick in the wet. And you know that. Nicholas isn't terrible in the wet either. And he has the right position to keep, if he can stay ahead into turn 1, that being in first is a big game because you don't get the spray from the driver behind, right? So whoever gets first has a bigger advantage. And there's no DRS because wet. So this makes a huge difference. This makes positioning a lot more key today.
It is going to be it's going to be something. I'm not sure what the setups were like. I'm sure these guys are definitely raising that rear wing, especially here, that would kind of minimize the drag on straight lines. We got Domrez in the comments. He's saying Nicholas, Fenrique, and Arbar for the podium. Alp is saying Fenrique, AA, and Bean, who is, I don't think we've mentioned, but he is in 7th place. Had a pretty good drive last time out, last week in China.
Yeah, he's quick in the wet too.
But we'll run through here. Nicholas, AA, Fenrique, his teammates right behind him. I'm not sure what this start's going to look like, but I'm sure Fenrique is going to be going for it. KD in P4, his best qualifying performance of the season. Swarner in P5, Perry P6, Bean P7, Wizard in 8th, Arbar in 9th with that 5th place grid penalty. Matty Robbo not spamming the chat tonight. He is actually in an Alfa Romeo. He is starting 10th, and Juventus in P11, Wing it 12th, Burzy 13th, Forza Fredo 13th, DK in 15th, Lopez, Fatal, and HS Moreira, 1993. He races bus name too. He's from Portugal. So shout out to him making his debut in AM1. Hopefully he has a good road. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what to expect here. I'm not sure what these guys were thinking pre-race, because if you're practicing for Monza, I would imagine that you're practicing pretty much just straight line speed all week. And then to get this rain forecast, I'm not sure if there's any Sebastian Vettels in the field here that can garner their first victory.
It's been very unlucky, and at the same time, really cool for us. Unlucky that they've always had rain in their first 2 races so far.
Yeah, this will be.
But
it's going to be a fun race. I mean, full on. I mean, turn 1 for these guys is going to be a nightmare. For us, I think it's going to be spectacular.
All right, who do you got winning, and who do you got top 3? Bod, Hot, and Kitten. Before we go green quickly.
I reckon we can have a Red Bull 1-2, and we'll go with. I reckon we'll see Perry in P3.
Okay, Perry was quick in the wet too last week, so
I'm gonna take a hybrid here, where I am gonna take both Alp and Dom Rez's predictions. I'm gonna say Fenrique, I'm gonna say Nicholas, and then I'm gonna say probably Double A. How about that?
Here we go.
I'll jump on board the midfield.
The anticipation is rising.
3,
Yeah, those onboards are
4,
going nuts.
5. And away we
We're
go.
off, and I did not get the lights. Well, it looks like Nicholas has jumped out, but Fenrique is pulling along. He has beaten Double A off the spot, and he is on the outside of his teammate. Now Double A, a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact. Not sure if Double A is going to love that. I think that's going to definitely
Here comes Katie.
Yeah, looks like Katie down here.
On the way clean.
That's impressive from these guys. As we're going through
Oh, we've got a massive crash. Cosmos is around. Massive crash from the first sector. Massive, massive.
Oh, it looks massive. How many people were caught up in that? Wing it.
Looks like a
I reckon
few.
we have 3 or 4 people with wing damage. And Cosmos is taking most of it.
I'm trying to go through the field to see.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Burzy. Yeah, that's
Burzy, yeah.
Burzy. Definitely took
Burzy's got wing damage too. He's the other one. Wingit looks like he's okay, so he might have had to just slow down while that was going ahead of him.
And we got there was a Haas out there in the grass.
Forza Fredo.
Fredo out
See,
there.
things are getting crazy already, and we're not even 1 lap through.
Yeah, did not think about that through Curva Grande, but I think everyone got a little backed up. And I guess there must have just been a bit of a melee, probably going 3 wide and whatnot. These guys definitely going for it.
Interesting to note. Look at Nicholas. I'm really impressed with.
Yeah.
Especially
That's
what we
1 second.
knew from Fenrique. You know, Nicholas is not no slouch. He's definitely never been one, but when we compared the two, you know, in the wet last season, Fenrique was just on another level to any driver, even Out, who was dominating every race, basically. The one race he didn't dominate because Fenrique just showed how much quicker he was. So, and he is closing that gap.
Yeah, double A dropped out. I think. Oh, never mind. He didn't. I was looking at the.
No, he got Katie.
I was looking at the standings. Yeah, of course. Still haven't figured that one out yet.
That's hurt him big time because his gap to the lead is now.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge gap.
3 seconds, over 3 seconds. So just to Fenrique, so he's about 4 seconds off of the leader itself. But Fenrique looks like he's really applying the pressure now. I do know he is on a controller still. He did buy a wheel in the off season, but he just said it's too hard and too complicated right now to learn while trying to fight for a championship.
Yeah, so the biggest mover at the moment, other than Cosmos is dropping 10 positions, is Lopez, who's up 7 positions from 16th to 9th. So a good start there from the Ferrari. Another driver who couldn't enjoy these wet conditions, as his teammate is making a move for P15 on HS Moreira.
We got 3 moves right now. We got Forza Fredo and Juventus. We got DK and Matty. Matty was, I believe, really quick in his race here during the week.
Yep.
And there's still, yeah, it looks like DK is going to get into the braking zone. Oh, DK's really late. Goes off of the track to try and avoid everyone.
Yeah,
well done from
he's
him.
going to have to go through this slalom here. He's trying.
Yeah, he didn't even hit the far ones, but it took out all the pylons anyway, so now you know. That's unfortunate for DK, because that was a good start from him to the race, and just misjudged his braking points. We should go back to the top here, because Enrique is right on the tail of Nicholas right now. Nicholas got really loose through the Lesmo, and Enrique's been able to just claw, and he's right there now. He's in that brake range where he really likes to hit late on the brakes. He locks up the tires and just is able to make the car turn so well and not heat up his tires too much because it's so wet. So really good job.
This man, he is a frog. Fenrique is extremely good in the wet. We've seen it time and time again. A lot of wet races over the past 2 seasons. But he can, he really turns it in high gear. I think it might have just let Nicholas get away for a second. Maybe a little bit of false sense of hope. Didn't want to create any incidents between the teammates. But these 2 Red Bulls, they have absolutely rocketed off.
In the top 5.
Yeah, just a note here. Nicholas, you know, has held the lead for now for 4 laps, so I'm very impressed in that. And the way they're driving against each other tonight, so far, I mean, it's early days, and they have had it coming together in the first race. I'm not too sure about last week. I couldn't remember too much, but I do remember there. Oh, and
down the inside the Lesmos.
Through the Lesmos.
Not a usual it's taking place, is it? We'll see if he can hang it. No, he's going to back out and go down the straight.
Yeah, he gets such good exits. His just traction down is so good. That wasn't very well said, but
it happens in the heat of the moment. I think Fenrique he's going to get this. I'm not sure what kind of communications they have. I kind of made a joke of it in qualifying when they were at least getting slipstreams off of each other.
Oh, Perry! Oh, he saved it. Bean's gonna get the position. Perry out of Ascari got super loose and managed to save it. He was ending up for the gravel trap, but he ended up getting lucky and hitting that green strip and was able not to spin out. But it does look like they're starting to struggle. Maybe it's starting to come down a lot more. I'm not too sure. It could also be if they're using their dry setup, where they tweaked it but not tweaked it enough, and the back end's just not stable for Perry, it looks like today, so we'll see what he can do.
We got Forza Fredo defending on Matty Rabo. It's a lot of O's. Sounds like you're from Philadelphia saying it. As he is utilizing some of that overtake. I think Forza has broken it. Wing it back here in P11 trying to get past. Nicholas did break away a little bit going into Parabolica from Fenrique. 7/10 now is the gap up there. But Fenrique, early 3-second time penalty for Fenrique. That might not bode well, but I'm not sure where these penalties are going to end up lying. I'd say an extremely... I think there's going to be a lot of penalties here tonight, is basically what I'm trying to say. Could that be full wets? Thank you, Domers. Yes, it could be. I don't know if it's coming down harder. Spray isn't that intense, I wouldn't think. I mean, does it look that bad?
If you look, if you look, there's a dry line.
Oh, and that's Forza went off right there, and now he's going to get swamped.
Yeah, luckily he did. He looks like he's kept his wing, if I'm correct. I can't see because there's 3 drivers in front of him.
These guys, okay, discretion is the better part of valor for these folks, because they came up on Forza Fredo real quick, or excuse me, Matty, real quick, and that could have been.
Interesting to note, Lopez.
Whoa, Curvagante side by side. Hold on, Fatal hanging it around the outside.
Yeah, DK got him into turn 1, but Pedal managed to get the traction out of turn 2.
Oh,
and on his straight line to the chicane, he's
man.
out-broke himself, so that's going to allow DK back through. Yeah,
But he did it correctly. He came back on the track correctly. Ooh.
And he'll lose out to the Alpha as well, so...
Yeah, he didn't realize the Alpha was there.
But he's just made a little error there, which has cost him. He should be
just as saying, guys, Lopez was fastest first sector, caught up to the back of Perry, and is now right there, battling with the top 5.
Arbar and Bean.
Side by side. Bean will go down the inside. Arbar will try. Sorry.
Ooh, he got loose. Arbar got loose.
Yeah.
Arbar got trying to hit around the outside. Can he hold
think...
it? He's still there. They'll go side by side down the main straight. Overtake on for both of them. Deep out braking themselves on turn 1.
I think Bean got a better release on the outside of Parabolica. There's a little bit more
Arbar's
wet.
letting to hold it.
Oh, and I think Bean cut that. Yeah, that's gonna hurt him more than it helps him.
Perry caught the back of Bean. That should help Arbar get through. Perry now on the inside of Bean. But look who is behind. Thinking about a 3-way move, but couldn't. There's just not enough space. Unfortunate. Lopez thought about it. This guy is racy today. He's already up 8 positions from his starting point. I think what 17th or 16th from the start.
Watches out to the first Lesmo as he ran on board. Nicholas has actually gotten back up to close to his second off the weekend here.
The only thing I can think of is Enrique's used a lot of his tires, whereas Nicholas has had the clean air. And it's making a huge difference because he's not getting that dirty air.
Arbar gets loose with Starry, and that's going to let Perry in as the Alfa Romeo has DNF'd out with the Lesmos.
And I think Lopez is lining up a move as well.
Could that be a safety car? Could that be a safety car though? What we are, because that could be helpful towards Swarner.
Where was
It doesn't look like it.
Oh, that was.
That's
an interesting spot for Morera to lose it, unfortunately.
Bean and Arbar side by side still. Going into turn 1. Lopez as well. Making a move behind him on Perry. Perry sticks it late. Keeps it there. Ooh, nice back out by Lopez just to make sure. You got Bean in that side by side still. Lots of action. Lots of action.
Arbar gets the run again around the outside, a bit more grip there. Bean getting pinched on the curb, so Arbar will hang on again for now.
We haven't even, Fenrique. Look at Fenrique. Nicholas must have made a mistake. Fenrique is right there.
Fenrique is really good in the second sector. Fenrique is gaining on the second sector. I wonder if Nicholas just has a very streamlined approach to this. And
yeah, he has to, because look in the straights, he just can't even. He can't even stay with him on the straight. Nicholas is so much faster, and it looks like in this third sector he just gets through a Ascari a lot better than Fenrique does. Fenrique looks like he's just a little bit struggling right now, but you know what?
Yeah.
He's still able to claw back. So you know what? This is going to be a race to the end of it. So, but interesting to note, Alm hasn't really. Caught up to them yet?
No, Alm is gaining right now. I mean,
he was. Oh, absolutely. But what I mean is he's probably just buying his time, knowing that these guys have a tendency to race each other hard, even though they're teammates. So he might just be sitting back there saying, "Oh, look, I don't want to get involved with it right now." Still going on. It looks like Arbar is going to keep it, but Bean likes to send it
two abreast all the way through.
He was to try and switch back, new strategy. He's getting pitched in the curb, or try something else. That's just behind them. Lopez has moved ahead of Perry.
Lopez is.
Bean's going to get another run. He's going to go around the outside. It's going to be nice and close to the
overtake. Yeah, he runs out of overtake. He would have made the move, but unfortunately he just ran out of overtake when he was trying to make the move, and it just unfortunately didn't end up working for him. But the good thing about this in the wet is you can save a lot more overtake, because you don't really use it in the corners where if you want to set yourself up for a move you can do. You basically can only use it basically on the straights. So this is really interesting from the two of them. Oh, Alm with a 3-second time penalty as well now.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Alm. He's kind of in the middle of nowhere. He's not close enough to the top two, and looks like he doesn't quite have the pace.
Enrique making a move.
Can't reel him in.
Oh, they touched!
Ooh, Enrique on the outside trying to hang it around Parabolica, but he might get a bit of a better run.
Oh, he's getting a run, but
yeah,
you can tell he's not using his overtake right now.
These guys are really getting after it.
Yellow flag.
Is that Juventus? Juventus.
Yes.
Looks like.
No wing damage, so should be able to keep going. Don't forget, this has been a very fast start to the race. No one's really been able to kind of, turn down the engine or give it a little coaster or anything like that. There's always battles everywhere. The only person or two people I could say maybe taking a little bit out is KD and Alm in 3rd and 4th, but everywhere else, there's battles around the field. Like, this is brilliant to see.
Yeah, we are kind of grouping
as... The thing about is tyre wear. These guys' tyres, the rears are in approaching 50s, so if they can last...
Lopez got wing damage.
Yes, Lopez.
You know what? But what I will say is he's kind of in the perfect window where he could pit for another set of enters, change the wing, and just get out in some clean air, because it looks like he could get into some clean air between DK and Swarner if he is coming out around there. That's some clean air to make some good lap times and gain back that 5 seconds. You may lose a little bit of time.
You could either pit now and do a 2-stop, or pit in 4 laps and do a 1-stop. And we all know that the fresh inters are much better than old inters, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone decides to try and 2-stop it, because the tyres are getting quite hot. Most people's rears are in the 50s now, so...
Yeah, we're only through 11 laps.
Going to try and stay out for a 1-stop.
And Lopez dives in, he knew better.
Well, he's got major wing damage, 51%, according to our
he's left the session, he must have lagged out. Yeah, he did. Not a good day so far from the 2 Alpha guys. Swarner had a really good qualifying. I'm not too sure what happened to him, whether he had wing damage.
He had to pit on lap 2 for wing damage. Lap 3, I think it was.
Okay, yeah. If he had wing damage, then that makes sense. And so, see where he comes out with Lopez. He looks like he's actually going to pass Lopez, so... Yeah, he is.
I mean, Swarner may have to pit again. No, that was lap 2.
Yeah, he will have to, but you know what? The only thing he's got to hope for right now is when it comes time for him to stop, as Enrique gets another 3 seconds as well, so...
It is 6 now. 6 seconds for Enrique.
Yeah. And Nicholas is just holding the gap because of the straight line speed he has. He has a way, I don't know how he does it. He can run less wing, but he's just so fast and so, consistent. But he's also just so strong in the wet this year. And Enrique actually makes the call to pit. So he's trying to do the undercut on Nicholas. Trying something else, he has to.
That might be his best chance. I think if he can get out in front, he might be able to win this race. Even with the 6 seconds, I believe Nicholas has not had a penalty yet.
Nicholas doesn't have any penalties.
Yeah, Double A did get the 3 second.
Double A's got 1 penalty, KD's got 2, and Arbar's clean.
Looks like he's gonna come out, whether or not he can get up to speed. It looks like he's gonna be okay, and he's gonna stay right in front of Matty.
Yeah.
That gives him about a 5 or 6 second window to the guy in front of him. So he really is able to push now. He's gonna have that clean air, brand new inters. You know how fast he is in the wet. So here we go. This is where it comes. This is where the money's gonna be. Because I believe it's 20-second pit stop here, 21 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, it's one of the longer ones because the pit lane's so long, but it's usually around that 20-second mark. Swan is going to go around the outside of Lopez in turn 1. Those two, of course, having to pit early for wing damage. So even they would have liked.
Lopez getting a big run because he's using his ERS, and he just gets the he's got the move.
COS telemetry is saying that average time spent in pit is 28.858 seconds. Thank you to COS telemetry.
So right now, Enrique is 23 seconds off the leader. Now I don't know how that's possible considering there's a lot. He wasn't that far off of him, so I don't know if he's had a bad outlap or If
Our
Nicholas
bar
is
peels
just
off.
pushing-
I think Perry is following our bars as well.
This would be pretty close.
Here we go, here we go. Yeah, here we go. He's gonna get him. He's got him. Enrique makes the move. He's got it on the straight. So brilliant call from Enrique and the Red Bull guys to undercut his teammate. And now you should. Oh, Enrique! Oh my! What a save!
Look what he found, but now Nicholas is gonna be right on here, heading into the
I
second
don't
chicane.
know. This is gonna be fun. Oh, they're side by side.
Oh Lord!
Enrique kind of goes into the gravel a little bit, but
These Red
Nicholas
Bulls are
saying,
feisty.
"Hey man, yeah," and he's saying, "I'm number one." No, I'm number one.
No
Well, we
wing
got number
damage.
one A and B. So we got 1A, 1B, and whatever they want to do. So this is really good from the two guys in front. Bean decided to stay out.
Yeah, I think Bean's got the right idea because even though his tires are, his rears according to our data are at like in the 60%, Nicholas and Enrique are going to have to go over half race distance to get to the end, so we could see a few punctures in towards the end of the race. So I think Bean is playing the long game because Nicholas, like Enrique pit the end of lap 11, so he's going to have to take those 16 laps, and his 11 lap old tires were on 60% as well. So these guys
he's
are
gonna
going to
have to, yeah. See, he's perfectly. Technically, he was supposed to come in next lap to make it the one stop, but I think he can stretch it that one extra. Oh, that was a glitch or something because on my screen it was showing Bean was being held still. So should come out in front of DK, or is DK gonna get him? Oh, this is gonna be tight. Oh, this is gonna be tight. Nice, good job, boys, from the both of them. Well done, guys, and good move by Bean to get them moved down into the braking zone.
Yeah, Arbor's got the exit there. I think he should
get
be able
DK's
to
one.
get.
DK went fine.
Yeah. Can one of you guys try to invite Burzy back? Our producer Alp says he's having troubles rejoining.
We can't do
I
it.
can. You can actually, yes. This year they changed this so that you could. I have got Burzy.
Lopez still out here. He has found himself in the same little battle pack. Despite the wing damage and early pit stop with Perry and DK and Arbar to an extent, they have. I want to see if Perry makes a move here into Ascari. Does not. Tucks in. Interesting battles going on.
Yeah, DK 3 seconds as well for that. And look at Lopez. Look at this.
Whoa!
But he had to back out because Perry decided to make the move too, but he's going to follow him through.
Really, look, I
just
think
tell
that
how much
outside
fast-
line, line is definitely.
Ooh, little twitch from both of them. DK loses a lot of time out of there, but he's
DK
pitting,
back
so
Lopez.
good for him. Lopez looks like he's going to get the move here on Perry. Strong run around the outside into turn one. Ooh, Perry, very late. Definitely looked like he tried to squeeze Lopez a little bit, but looked like it was fair. So.
Wow, another big story here is KD, who was running in P4 before the pit stops. He's hit and he's taken damage, so he lost his entire right hand side of the wing. So he's had to make a second pit stop, and that's going to be right from that. So I think he's probably spun up those rears and put it in the wall somewhere, and we've missed that. But he was running in a really comfortable P4. I think it was 4 seconds behind AA, but 3 seconds ahead of the guys behind in this crazy battle. So that's a big loss for KD. Two pit stops in 2 laps.
That's a bummer for KD. He's had a tough first 2 races. Look at DK and Wizard here. They're going at it.
Are they? Ooh. But DK has just come out of the pits, so he should be able to possibly get the move done a little bit quicker because the Wizard has been on his tires, I think, a lot longer than DK has. But interesting to note, we're at the halfway point, or over the halfway point now, by a bit, a couple laps.
Enrique's rears are already on 20%.
Are they? Ooh. But so far, my driver of the day so far is it's got to go to Lopez. I know it's early on, but my midway driver of the day so far is Lopez for myself. So.
Yeah, it's not great so far as it looks like in this pack for P11, Swarner has jumped in. He is now in P13 looking on Wizard.
Enrique's getting nice and close to Nicholas. He's got a bit of a run out of the Lesmos. He might try and make a move out of Ascari.
He has to make the move now. He's gonna have 10 laps to go this time. Yeah, I think 10 laps, right? Yeah, 10 laps?
Yeah. Just from casual observation, I think you mentioned it before, but Enrique seems really strong to the Lesmos, but Nicholas always brings that gap out during Ascari. So it's like Nicholas has a bit more confidence through Ascari there, which kind of gives him a bit of protection down towards Parabolica and then down the main straight as well. Of course, without DRS, it just makes it harder for Enrique to make a move. So Nicholas is quick in the right spot, and unfortunately Enrique's quicker, probably not in the ideal spot.
Not the spot where he can make a move, really.
No.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure Nicholas mentioned like about an hour ago or 2 hours ago, probably now, that he did not have a wet weather setup for Monza. So I think he's probably running pretty trimmed out. And Fenrique has been routinely quickest in Sector 2, I think. I'm not looking at the telemetry right now. But that is right where he gains. It's where he gains. And then Fenrique just cannot make the move on the straights.
What's right in here? Look how much tighter he stays and how much better of an exit he gets. Because he's just taking about almost 2/10 out of Nicholas, but right here is where Nicholas pulls away. And then through Ascari, he gains a lot of time. So I wonder if Enrique is going to switch it up here and try and maybe take...
Ooh.
Yeah, that really looked a bit loose.
Yeah.
He okay right out of there though, regardless.
But that's what I mean. He's maybe trying to take the, overturn a little bit into the corner, get that looseness, but then it connects at the right time and he gains a lot of time from it. So
he's closer now than he was last lap. He's put it into overtake temporarily. He might still just be a tad too far back though. Yeah,
and I think he realized that. Yeah, he's going to use it a little bit here and there just to stay within the gap that he wants to, but it's right here where he really gains into the braking zone. Look at that, like just huge time gain.
But once they
look at that.
Once they get to like fourth or fifth gear, when you're finally reaching full throttle, Nicholas, he just cannot catch Nicholas. It's
boy, it looks like he might actually hear though.
Good lord, is he bump
he is right there. He's gonna get that drive, and he might try and set him up here. You can see he's trying to change his style to kind of stay within that gap. Excuse me. To hopefully make a move on the main straight maybe this time. Maybe he's figured out, yeah, this is my best bet. I really need to get by now.
He did.
Oh, but look at that.
Very chaotic in the middle here. Arbar's made a mistake and let both Perry and Lopez through. Now this Arbar side to Lesmo. Sorry, just jumping in there.
Arbar's back, yeah.
Arbar's loose again, boy.
Lopez will get it back.
Do not want to accelerate on those curves.
Fenrique's
I'm
right
keeping an eye, yeah. I'm looking at Fenrique. He didn't get the greatest of exit. Nicholas looks like he takes really wide and gets really good traction, whereas
Lopez has lost it. He's held it.
Oh, he held it.
He's held it. Yeah, so he's let Arbar through, but he got into the sand there, into the gravel on the right-hand side on the exit, so he's done well to hold that, but
just something to notice here. Fenrique's figured something out, but he's just overheat. The problem is he can't stick behind Nicholas too long because he ends up overheating the rear tires, and that's what his main problem is this year it feels like the game has a lot more dirty air that can affect the car rather than last year's game. So being behind someone in the dry, as hard as it is, but you have that DRS advantage. In the wet, you don't. So it's purely driver versus driver, and it just looks like the cleaner air is just helping Nicholas out. and he's able to keep this gap. So basically, even if Enrique gets past now, he's running out of time to get that 6-second gap. He needs to force Nicholas into a penalty.
Yeah, I think you can tell.
And he gets another one, just right as you said it, so
I think
he got
that extra
loose out of it, yeah.
he must be running is going to be hurting those tyres as well. Of course, being quicker in the middle sector where the corners are.
Our pace up
now
to
he's got,
2
I think that's his third penalty. It is his third penalty, so he's got a 9-second penalty.
Yeah, and Allen's got, I believe Allen's only got 3
also
seconds,
just touched 40% as well, so he's running out of tyres too.
So Alm is 1 warning away from 6 seconds. So right now, it is looking as if Nicholas is right now going to win the race. He has no warnings, has an invalid lap.
If anything though, it's only gonna make Fenrique want to pass him ASAP.
Yeah. And I think, honestly,
he needs to.
Yeah.
I mean,
And honestly, I think if I'm Nicholas, I know you want to win on track, but even if he gets beside you, you know, even though you're trying to give each other space, anything can happen. This track is so tight in the dry. In the wet, it's a lot harder to pass here, as you can tell from people that have spun out in multiple places. So if I'm Nicholas, maybe I just, you know you're gonna win, and yes, you're giving up the lead, but you're saving your race in the end of it.
He's got to run.
Yeah, I think this is what maybe
he might be able
Nicholas
to
is
get it.
thinking.
He might be able to get it.
Around the outside. Can he hold it?
Ah, yeah.
Pushed out.
But
No,
he's gonna get a better exit. He should. No, he doesn't. Nicholas does.
No, he has to get lifted off slightly there, I think.
Yeah.
So he's running out of road. Nicholas will hang on again. Good solid defense.
It is. It's been very well and methodical from Nicholas tonight. He's been able to place his car exactly where Fenrique needs to be, and he's just able to keep it. Every time he makes a move, Fenrique either has made a mistake or he's just passing back because he's just that quick.
Yeah, Nicholas generally has not put a foot wrong this entire race. He's done a fantastic job. That is a dive and a half from Fenrique as you get on this helicopter shot. Great job from the helicopter pilots out here today.
But you know what? He said that's enough. Look, I'm faster than you. Just let me go. But look how I want to see the difference now that it causes Nicholas. I do want to see, because there's still 6 laps and he's already pulled out a mighty 5 tenths. But look how much Nicholas gains it back along one straight, 2 tenths. And he's a lot better through Ascari.
Ooh.
Oh, Fenrique. Like I said, he does not like Ascari.
I mean, Fenrique is going for the victory here.
But look at Nicholas. Look how much he catches him on the straight. He's just got such low wings, and I don't know how he's managed to keep it up. This is phenomenal from the guy. Absolutely phenomenal. But you know what? Interesting to note. Look at the gap. I don't know if you were going to mention the Elm gap, but it's
I was
coming
about
down.
to mention that too. It's come down by almost a second and a half in the last 2 laps because these guys are kind of squabbling and starting to lose those tyres. Fenrique's tyres are really hurting now. Rears are in the 40s. No, rears are in the 50s, sorry. So,
And what's Elm's at?
He's losing a lot of grip. Elms are in the low 40s, high 30s. So
See, and that's what I meant by he's going to save his tires for now, whereas these guys are basically going to be almost in puncture range, aren't they? They're almost floating on it the way they're going.
I think it's 60, 65. There's a small risk in the 70s when it really starts getting boring. So they could be there by the end of the race. Unfortunately, we can't see Nicholas's tyres because his telemetry is not public, but it's interesting seeing the guys around him because Fenrique is going to, as much as he wants to push and as much as he needs to push, he really can't afford to get into that puncture territory, otherwise he could lose it all. As Arvo and Perry are still having a bit of a scuffle.
It looks like Fenrique's been able to get a little bit of a gap now. Yeah.
But looks like Fenrique can't quite escape, so it's not looking good for him.
No, it's really not. And
He's
you know
got the
what?
gap to the theme, so he'll get a podium
Yeah,
still. But it won't
exactly.
be-
You
won't be a
know,
win.
exactly that, and that's the biggest thing here. He's only 3 seconds ahead of Alm, like 3.3 almost. Yeah, 3.3. So.
Perry and Arbar side by side. Lopez.
No,
oh,
three
that's
wide.
3 wide. They're 3 wide. 3 wide of Parabolica. Lopez will get them both. Around the
Good
outside.
lord, yeah.
You know what?
Perry's got wing damage. That's what the problem is. He's lost his left end plate.
Ooh.
I don't know how long ago that
That
happened. but
is
look at this.
that is a fantastic move from Lopez.
Oh, Juventus
Just in the
retired.
wall.
Oh, he's big time in the wall. Safety car.
have a
Oh
safety
my.
car.
Well,
See,
Oh,
this is
this-
massive. Federico's going to lose a lot of time.
Yeah, this is really not helping Enrique
Oh.
out.
outside of the second
Oh,
Lesmo,
who's going to pit?
we've
You know
all
what?
been there
Yep.
before, Juventus. We've all been there before. That is.
So Bean has 1 penalty and 3 warnings. So he's a penalty away. Lopez has 1 penalty, 2 warnings. Perry himself has 2 warnings. Arbar
believe we
has 2
have-
penalties.
Let's check and see who's in the
and,
pits at the moment.
Matt has 3 penalties, I believe, and Fela has
We're trying to
2.
watch who's in the pits here. It's like
Feel
KB
it,
was in there.
runs.
Schwarner was able to get in there. Free
Well,
pit
the back
stops.
markers, yeah.
Curious to see
Exactly.
if Enrico's going to pit though, because his tyres are really, really worn. He's only going to have 2 or 3 laps left, and we know he's got that 9 seconds, so really can't afford to
He's
drop.
ducking.
Oh,
Oh,
We
he,
won, so
oh, he
thanks.
tried to do.
But Alm says yes. Alm says
Double A
yes.
Yeah, I mean,
So
he's got
look at the
over
gap
20
to
seconds.
Bean, yeah, exactly. That and that's what I mean. Like it's a huge gap, and Bean can't push it too much because he has to keep the delta. Look, he pushed into the corner, but look how much he has to back off. If I'm Bean, I would take the tires too, but he's staying out. So looks like Double A is gonna be close.
Bean's got him. Yeah.
Yeah, just, you know what, the traction out of there, Double A, it was going to be hard. But you know what? This is smart for
I honestly think that Double A has a chance of winning this race.
I do too.
Yeah, I think with the
Well,
with the,
not
with the
just
precious
that.
pairs.
They're going to be so much quicker.
Yep.
Nicholas
this
does
is
have
gonna
penalty
be-
advantage, so
we are-
Double A and Bean and Lopez in P3, 4, and 5, they've all got 3 seconds. Nicholas is clean, so Double A's going to have to get them all and gap him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he can with those fresh tyres. He's going to have so much more pace,
Yeah, we've got
especially
some
when Enrique's rears are in the 60s.
we've got some
Nicholas
fireworks
does.
ready.
Interesting to note, Nicholas has recently picked up a warning. So
Yep.
he's not far from getting, But with I believe 2 laps to go, because I'm sure they can get the field compact enough over this next lap, as long as people aren't pitting again, unless you're DK, unless you're probably Bursey. Nope. So yeah, with DK the only one pitting, if everyone can catch up by next lap, we will go back racing, and I believe they will.
This will be interesting because we know the safety car has to give 2 laps of racing, so the safety will be coming at the end of this lap regardless of who's caught up with the train and who hasn't.
Yes, it's
Those
true.
those back guys are really going to have to scamper up to the back if they want a chance to get the fuel position. There's a big gap between Lopez and Arbar, so those guys are going to have to hurry up a little bit, take a bit
Is
out of
that
those
a-
tyres.
Is
Again,
that's
these
a
2 racing laps. Lopez will pit actually.
yeah?
so
That's a Ferrari in the pits. I'm not sure
Well,
why
no,
he's
but-
doing it now. I guess he does have that 20. I think it's a 24-second gap to
Fresh
Arbar
tires.
behind him. Might be able to
It's
get
fresh
him.
tires.
Is yeah. I think he's gonna get him. Arbar is coming around Parabolica right now.
it'll be close. I think Arbar might just get him, but again, Lopez will have fresh tyres.
Yeah,
He
he's
should
just
be able to get
barely.
that place back.
No. Interesting. Dom Rez is in the chat. He's saying, actually, I stand by my earlier DOTD, driver of the day. Juve made this exciting. So he is, so Dom Rez is voting. I think Juventus has made this a bit more exciting. I think we were headed to a fantastic finish in the first place, but with that safety car, I think I think Juve has made this a different level. It's gonna be a 2-lap shootout in the wet here, which is gonna be absolutely fantastic to watch. Not sure what's gonna happen. Not sure if Nicholas knows that Fenrique has 9 seconds worth of penalties, as we do get the. Go for it, bud.
Top 3 on old tyres, and pretty much everyone behind them on new tyres. So again, that'll be interesting to see whether that top 3 will stay the top 3. I'm not so sure.
I want to know something. Fenrique did this in Hungary last time. He backed the pack up as far as he could. Oh, ow! 5 seconds, severe collision.
Everybody's backed up.
He drove into the back of him, so
you should be able to get that removed at the end
yeah,
of the race.
that will get removed. So. Yeah.
But
look at that.
Like Henry's already gone. Yeah, he's gone before Parabolica. They'll get the run. Where's Nicholas been in all this?
Nicholas has a run. Fenrique got
right on the tail of Barber. That's probably the closest fight.
Oh, that is Fenrique. Oh, in the wall, I think.
It was Fenrique in the wall.
No damage, I don't think though.
That right wing is gone.
Yeah, that telemetry is a bit delayed. He's got massive damage, 76%. Also, Arbar's got big damage on his car as well, probably from running into the back of AA there.
And Lopez has actually picked up 5th position already, so Alm looking at being here, this has changed dramatically.
And Alm got him on the restart, I think.
Oh, Alm runs to the back of Bean.
But he didn't, I don't think he got damaged. I think he's okay. I think he got lucky. As he sends it around the outside. What a move! What a move!
Great move there.
He's gonna have to go through both! Both of the Lesmos, can he hold it?
He does hold it.
Oh, there's Bean!
He's DNS.
He's out!
Oh boy, same thing.
That feels like mine. That's exactly where I lost my will. I just tapped the wall and it just came off. Maybe it's just a tracing point thing.
Yeah,
it's
anyway,
even further back.
A big gap to Lopez, who's close up to the back of AA. So it's Lopez on for a podium after a poor qualifying. He's got the run. He's going to make it easily around AA. Wow. So what a restart this has been. It's made Robbo going side by side as well for bottom points. Arbar, Perry Wing, and Manny Robbo all in a massive battle with Fatal right behind and Katie right behind them. Scorner as well. Massive train down the back. Looks like Nicholas is broken with 3 seconds. Perry and Arbar going side by side.
Going to get him. Oh. This is going to be a move by Arbar. He's going for it.
He's for P5.
Oh, he does go for it.
On the brakes, but he lets off. There we get a run.
Wing it right there too. He picked up a time penalty, but a lot of people look like they did there. So Swarner now back in the points as well.
Lopez and Fenrique. Yep. Of course, with that damage, Fenrique will have nothing in this middle sector. AA's right back in as well, so he'll lose out. Plus all those penalties too. So Fenrique might struggle to stay in the points even. Look how much he's losing out there. AA taps the back move again.
3. Oh, that was a good move.
Oh, and again, Enriquez is parking and throwing his in the gravel now, so...
Yeah, unfortunately that was always going to happen. The way Enrique kind of came back late into the braking zone, it just wasn't ever going to work, unfortunately, and he just could never make that corner with his wing damage. It was unfortunate for the two, and he picks up another penalty, and like you said,
that might take that. Yeah, that's gonna take him all the way out of the points. Unfortunately,
whichever Williams mechanic worked on that AA's front wing, they've done a stellar job to make it so strong.
Well done, Nicholas, for winning the race by 2 seconds over Lopez. Comes up.
Who is that?
Wing it. What happened there?
They made contact coming out of Parabolica. No, they made contact coming out of Parabolica.
Swarner up to P4.
How did he get there?
From P10 to P4.
How did he get there?
Zero penalties.
Yeah, he had 0 penalties compared to everyone else.
He had one. He had just 1 penalty.
He had 1 penalty.
Everyone else had 2 or 3.
We had an absolute. That is an insane finish to. I think that lived up to our expectations. I don't want to speak for both of you guys.
Absolutely.
But that is a bonkers finish from these everyone in those last couple of laps. That was incredible. I didn't know where to look at. Lopez does get driver of the day. I think that we will all be in agreement on that
Absolutely. One. I mean, P17 or 18 to P2. I mean, could you even imagine it? That he just had such good pace, and he had unluckiness with the wing damage too. The safety car really helped him, and that's really helped a lot of people out. Swarner as well included with the early wing damage, with the extra pit stop, but really made it work. So good job to all of them.
We get some solid points as well for Renault.
Yeah,
a couple of really good results for some people in here too.
Yeah, we should
hold on to the final point.
As well. Enrique, at least. We should give more congratulations to Nicholas for a job well done tonight. Obviously at the end there. Obviously at the end there.
I already sent you invites after everyone. Just to let you know. Sorry, Nick. I can't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I mean, he, especially here at the end, did not put a whole lot of shine on Nicholas after Fenrique went off, but a fantastic drive to win in these conditions. His first victory this season. Definitely setting up a bit of a picture here for the championship. I think he is in second place now. Double A probably will still hold on to it. I think Fenrique, not sure if he's in third. Might actually be Swarner now in third place.
You know what? Swarner's had, two really good performances this week. Especially last week he had a podium, so if it wasn't for Spain, I think he would be right there, and I think he'd be in second right now.
Cosworth also making up positions, getting into the points. A substitute driver from McLaren, courtesy of no penalties, so keeping it clean really pays off. So another good little result there.
Alright, we got a first guy joined already. We'll be waiting for Perry. And I'm not too sure if Nicholas even got himself a mic yet. I mean, you would think so by now, but... Wait, I have Perry blocked? What? I never blocked Perry. Anyone here have Perry blocked for some reason? It's definitely not me. Unless... I don't know.
It might be a glitch, huh? It's Perry.
Yeah. I'm just looking it up now to see if he is one of my people. I mean, I suggested it to join, so... And it says he's my friend, so... That is very rude. Mod? And do you have him maybe? Someone have him by accident?
Or maybe just send him another invite.
I'm not too sure why he can't join this party.
It could be just a some sort of glitch. Here, I'm gonna back up. Gotta go to. That's the Red Bull.
I don't even know if we'll have Nicholas joining us today. I don't know if he's got his mic yet. He said he was working on it last season, so I am not sure. Ooh, we got some good information, Ken. Nicholas might have a working mic.
Oh, no way. We don't have to take all of Bodhod's minutes calling him from halfway across the world.
Yeah, exactly. It's possible, Bod, that I have to maybe try me making a party or open it up or something. Perry said he cannot join. It says someone has me screwed up.
Well, If it's you, you might have to jump off.
Yeah,
Well, it's not me because he said someone in the party. Oh, I think it's because Kitten won't accept my friend request. I don't know.
What?
I believe this is probably we wouldn't have this problem and then close it up again once they join.
I'll make it public for a sec.
That's Kano. I just added Kano.
Hey, it's not my fault. I ain't doing it. I'm just being a simple bystander. Don't hate me.
Alright, well, I guess if we start with technical difficulties, we might as well end with them. I'm going to search Little Perry.
Alright. Perry, drink, mushroom.
Don't mind the blue screen.
I'm sure I'm gonna call Perry every night. I'm gonna go check my settings to see if he is indeed. I don't even know where to go to check the block from here, so. Oh wait, no I do.
Okay, so I just blocked Perry, and now I have unblocked him, and I think I'll add him as
Looks like he's joining up now, so we should be good.
Alright.
So we'll do like this whole little thing.
Oh, there we go.
Well, I thought do you not have a mic?
Yeah, but it's not working as we could probably have predicted.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fortune teller, but I could say that, yeah, Nicholas's mic is definitely in a tough situation.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah, get that mic together, man.
Unlike the racecraft that he showed today. But I guess we can start P3, Bob. You want to go with Barry?
Yeah.
2 seconds. Alright. I think we're good. Alright, so, yeah, crazy race, lads. Start off with P3, Perry. Was it a surprise to end up on the podium, or did you know you'd jump a few people because of penalties?
Yeah, I really had no clue. I actually thought I was going to lose out spots. I picked up a speeding penalty in the pits, so I figured that was going to do me in. But obviously, looks like people ran wide and corner cutting, so that caught up with them. No, I just completely, I think, whiffed on the setup for the most part, because I was just struggling, especially Ascari. I think the rear was too stiff. Take that into context, but yeah, it was just a mess. So I'm overjoyed at P3. Yeah.
Yeah, of course you didn't really have the most straightforward race, did you? So podium is always fantastic, particularly with the quality of the field. Going into the race, obviously you would have seen it was wet. Did you think you would have had the pace in the wet round here? Like, were you confident?
I think generally speaking, I tend to do a little bit better on the wet race, but I don't think I had the right setup at all though. So I don't think it also helped that I was battling with a lot of good guys, Bean and Arbar and Lopez and others the whole time. So it was an interesting race. I also tried a little undercut, or I was going to Arbar pit at the same time as well. So. I don't know. I think that safety car obviously played a huge helping hand and caused a lot of incidents ahead of me. And yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes things just work out in your favor, especially when you don't expect them to. So that pretty much describes my race.
Fair enough. Well, congratulations on the podium. You made it. You got yourself in the right position when it mattered. So well deserved.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, superb drive. Well done. We'll move on to P2. After an incredible drive through the field, starting P16 and climbing 14 positions, Lopez must be pretty good to get on the podium after what looks like a disappointing qualifying.
It was very disappointing qualifying. I messed up my lap even with the tow from Fatal. A huge help from him as well. I managed to get a bit faster at the end and started P16. But yeah, it was not really like much of a change. I was still within the Ferrari bubble in qualifying. It was very slow.
Yeah.
Were you running? Sorry. Were you running higher wings, like because you knew it was going to be a wet race? Did you do anything different from the dry to the wet?
Yeah, I upped my rear wing 2 points to 7, and my front wing from. I left at 1 for qualifying. I went to 2 during the race, but I was just understeering everywhere. It was impossible to keep up with Perry. I just caught up in the braking points where I could confidently brake late and not hit them. And managed to go into the pitch after my wing change and changed it up to 3, and I was just much better. I think 4 would have helped a lot more, but needed a little bit of extra top speed because of the higher wings.
Certainly made it work.
Yeah, Lopez, do you think your short stature helped in your drive tonight?
Yeah, definitely. The balance of the car is further back, and since I'm much shorter, I weight a lot less, so the car is a lot lighter.
Fair play.
Sounds like that's the way to go.
I know you wanted to do that one.
I was waiting all day for you. Waiting all day.
I came here to hear it, so that's why I'm on the podium because of you.
I didn't mention it on the broadcast. I was gonna wait.
And he's not drugged up this week like he was last week.
That's true. That's true.
Jokes.
Well, not like that. He had his wisdom teeth out, remember?
Yeah, well, I had my wisdom teeth out. I actually took the stitches out today, so I was a bit worried that I may not make it. But everything good. I gotta say, Nick, Fenrique, just class of their own. I saw them on the map; they're ages ahead. Dean, our bar just completely held me up at one point, and I crashed into the back of Dean because they had a little bit of a interchange in the second chicane and got me mad at one point, and that's why I went for the fastest lap. And then towards the end, I got very lucky with the safety car again. I got lucky with both safety cars, so I appreciate the crashes.
Yeah, we were looking at your tire way, it probably would have made it difficult to get to the end without those, so...
Yeah, I think
kind of fallen into your hands, but you put yourself in the right spot again, like Perry, right spot at the right time, and gotten into that P2. So credit to yourself, superb drive.
Yeah, definitely unanimous driver of the day is Lopez. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say, I made Kieran proud because I done what he loves to say about me is that I'm good starting from the back and that I'm a beast in the woods.
That's what you do.
Start from the back, beast on the wet. You like to say that about me.
You are a beast on the wets, man.
We'll definitely keep that in mind, mate. We'll be watching up for you when the rain comes down, which it has a fair bit this season actually, so that's a good thing. Makes the races interesting. Anyway, congratulations once again. We'll move on to P1. Let's see if we can get this Discord call going. Alright.
He's
Let's see
calling.
if everyone can hear that.
Oh, I can hear it. He's calling.
Let's see if... Nicholas, you there, mate?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can people hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it. Yeah, I think so. Can you hear it?
A little bit.
Alright, I'll just put up max volume. Alright, I think this is the best we're going to do, so we'll just have to make do. With all this race winning money now, I guess you're going to have to invest in a mic so we can do this properly, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, first pole, first win?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, must feel great after so many second places, third places last season. Obviously a championship contender, but to break through and get that pole and get that win with some pretty intense pressure from your teammate behind, it must feel awesome.
Yeah, it was a really, really great race with Fenrique. It was a shame that at the end, and right before we got going, he lost it, but he was really pressuring me, and he could have pulled out a gap enough to win. It was just unlucky from him. But we had a great battle throughout, and it was so stressful being in front the entire time. And obviously the pole position, me and Fenrique worked together and we're drafting along the front and back straight, which got us 1 and 3 in the qualifying session.
Yeah, we did notice that. It's a good strategy. Only, I think, you and Mercedes, we saw through that. Definitely handy around the track with so many straights. In terms of you guys, do you communicate during the races, or is it a pretty straight fight?
We talked before just like what we're going to do in terms of we never let each other die because it's for positioning, but obviously if one of us goes to lead, we're not just going to turn in, or we're always leaving each other more space than we would with other people. Well, we're always fair, but yeah, we're very, very fair with each other if one goes to lead. But there's no team orders in any way.
That's fantastic. That's what we like to hear. Yeah, one more question from me at least. On that safety car, were you always going to stay out, or did you consider coming in?
I considered it, but it was so late in the race that I don't think it would have been worthwhile to let us have to have taken at least Bean and maybe if he got me in the pits. So it was a thought, but I didn't think it was worthwhile, so I just followed what Enrique did.
Yeah, and it looks like it turned out to be the right move with the chaos that ensued behind you, particularly on that restart. So, smart move there. And yeah, congratulations from me personally, but also our whole commentary team on toppling the AA dominance from the first two races. It's good to see yourself on top, particularly after so many fine performances last season, but getting so close. Anyone else got any questions?
Yeah.
No, go for it.
I have one. What were the wings?
Well, alright, what were your wings?
Don't make the man give away his secret.
You were strong in different areas of the track compared to the drivers around you.
I think it was 2.5. I was using the web setup, but for Monza, obviously, you don't need a lot of wings.
2.5, okay, yeah. We noticed that down the straights you were much quicker than Enrique, and he'd really be on your tail during the Lesmos. So,
yeah.
Low downforce.
Really brilliantly. It was unfortunate. He made one mistake and it was probably the most perfect race on the circuit.
Yeah, it really bites, that one. And also those penalties didn't help him. He really needed to keep that track position so he didn't drop so far down. I think he ended up with 1 point though, in 10th place. So, not all was lost, but there was potential for a lot more. But that's racing sometimes. But yeah, once again, congratulations to you again on your first Contest of Speed win. And we'll see if you can replicate it next week.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Alright, I think we'll leave it there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well done to Nicholas Lopez and Perry. A chaotic Italian Grand Prix here in round 3. Next week we will be in the south of France, somewhere between Marseille and Saint-Tropez. We will be in Le Castellet. It is Circuit Paul Ricard. And I think we're going to have some shenanigans going on there too. We'll see if both Nicholas and AA can kind of maybe fight each other. See what Fenrique has to come back from what was a promising performance. Unfortunately, did not pan out the way that he wanted to. Swarner with a P4. Perry with the P3. I mean, just a wild finish here tonight. But there will be a lot more going on next week in France. So for everyone here, all you guys, great job tonight. We'll see you next week, and make sure to follow all the Twitch streams here on the CLS channel.